claimed that he has powers to help infertile couples conceive miracle babies arrived at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Nairobi on Friday morning under tight security and in handcuffs. His wife, Mary, is already serving a 3-year jail term over similar charges. He was deported after losing a long-standing court battle against the extradition, in which he argued that it would breach his human rights to send him back to his home country. He faces trial for allegedly stealing 5 children between the years 1999 and 2004 in Kenya. The children were allegedly harbored by Deya and his wife Mary between May 1999 and August 2004 after being taken from their parents without consent. Our reporter Timothy Otieno is on this bit, following up on every detail of this story. He now joins us live from the Milimani Court. Timothy, what is the latest from your end?
Well, Akisa, right now, the submissions that are being issued by both sides of this case, the prosecution and the defense, as it is, they have been offering their submissions for about close to 2 hours now. And the key point of focus for the prosecution is to ensure that they deny Bishop Gilbert Deya any possibility of a bail or a bond. So they are arguing against that, insisting that Bishop Gilbert Deya is a flight risk and that he did not come into the country voluntarily, and being released on bail or bond may jeopardize this particular case because he may not appear before the courts. Nonetheless, his defense team, led by a renowned defense lawyer Cliff Ombeta, insists that Gilbert Deya is a man who does not even have a passport. He was actually brought into the country this morning at around 5 a.m. under a special arrangement because the British authorities have his passport, and according to his defense, they lost his passport sometime last year. So he doesn't have valid documentation and therefore does not pose as a flight risk. Nonetheless, the submissions continue. This is a high-stake case. The prosecution, represented by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, have charged him with 5 instances, 5 counts of child stealing, listing the names of 5 children under the aliases Mariam Deya, Ruth Akelo Deya, Naomi Gilbert Deya, Joshua Gilbert Deya, as well as Elijah Opio Deya, as having been stolen from the year 1999 to 2004, right before Gilbert Deya flew to begin his ministry at the United Kingdom. The case is before Chief Magistrate Francis Andai, who will, in a few short minutes, decide whether Gilbert Deya will either be released on bail or he may be spending the night under police custody. Akisa.
So what really do we expect in the afternoon once the session gets back, Timothy?
Well, right now the session is actually continuing. They have gone above and even beyond the lunch hour period. And right now, Francis and I has actually given the submissions an extra 15 minutes so that they can each side can exhaust their argument comprehensively, after which he's going to be calling for a brief recess so that he can scrutinize and go through the submissions and thereafter determine and give a directive as to whether there will either be locked up or he'll be released on a cash bail, depending on the discretion of Chief Magistrate Francis Andai. Akisa.
Timothy Otieno, our reporter, joining us live from the Milimani Court, following up on that court session of Pastor Gilbert Deya, who has been deported from the United Kingdom to face child trafficking charges in the country. Back on the campaign trail, Jubilee